He's up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, cloud swing traders. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys had a 3-day week. It feels good to be back. I'll tell you that much. We got Al in the house. Good morning to you. We got Albert, Bill, Brian, Corey, Craig, Levine. Julie's in the house. Good morning to Greg, Gilbert. Jason is in the house. Good morning, Jay, Kevin, Lenandro. We got Lauren, Miguel, Mike is good morning to Paul. We got Paul's AI in the house. Good morning to Scott. We got Tim. All my people out in YouTube land. We got Honey Roy. All my lurkers in the background. It's okay. I still love you. Hit that like and subscribe button. Let me know what you guys did this weekend. Let me know what you guys did. Did you guys do anything fun? Just hang out? Just do some family things? Travel anywhere? Let me know. Let me know what you guys did. Greg said family. That's a good way to spend it. That is a good way to spend it. Scott says, can we look at JD? Absolutely, we will. Yeah, I just did some family stuff. We drove to New York. I did see Craig's here, so I shouldn't even say this, but I did on the Jersey Turnpike driving to New York. I spotted the first Cybertruck that I've seen in person. I was like, all right, I gotta slow down. I gotta take a look. And I was like, okay, I kind of like it. It's bizarre looking. I like it. And then my 8-year-old daughter is in the back. She's like, I don't know if I'll put myself on a waiting list for that. So I'm like, so she's up for adoption. She's now up for adoption, but that's okay. That's all right, you know. But it was cool. It was cool to see in for the first time there. I like it. But we got SPY. We got SPY gapping up a little bit, still inside day candle. We were up a lot more pre-market. We were, I think we hit all-time highs. Yeah. Right on this initial gap up. We faded back, gave most of it back so far. And currently pre-market, we are under the 200 moving average. We'll see if this thing could bounce here. If it does, on a small time frame, we might have a little inverted head and shoulders. A little too soon to tell so far, but we're still gapping up. Just what I do like on, well, I was gonna say Friday's candle, but my own day Thursday's candle is that little VPOC did go higher than the previous one, so that is still bullish to me. But now we probably have this retest spot, probably somewhere around 523.45 if we want to retest the second one. Starting to build a little level here, so 523.35. So all in all, pretty bullish still since we got a new month. And I love when this I love when it's like everything matches up. You get the month and the week, it's all in the first. It's kind of nice. But SPY, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bullish months in a row. Do you think there's going to be a pullback at some point? It doesn't feel like it. I got no reason to believe it, but we still ended pretty high last month. And we'll see where this one wants to take us. But there's a lot of bullish months in a row. But otherwise, SPY is still looking pretty decent on a weekly basis. Closed really toward the end of the prior week. And we're sitting right at the highs of that one too. So, and again, I don't know where I drew this one. This had to be 2 years ago. I drew this random line on my chart. I think it has to do with like a fib extension, but honestly, I can't remember why I drew it. I think there might be a fib extension up there somewhere, but so I'm just gonna go with my target of 538.88. We'll see what happens. Well, I don't know. Maybe I'll buy some puts for fun. Right. I don't know. But otherwise, we still look rather bullish there. And just probably hanging out for what I do hope, and I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. But I do hope we get a little bit more volume. Volume last week was pretty horrible. But again, short week last week. We'll see. I think by tomorrow we have the volume coming in. I'm not sure how today's volume plays off. Not 100% sure. All right, we got the Qs on a daily basis. Weekly, we're just sitting kind of toward the top end of the range. We have a little bit of a gap and go on the Qs, still inside day. I got resistance at 445.58, so not much room there. The next one takes me to 446.07, and a one up higher goes 448.29 to the lower side of things. I got support pretty close, 444.34, so tight range on Qs for today. We'll see if we can break one way or the other. But for right now, we're just hanging out with a little bit of a gap and go, still inside day candle. Let's take a look at TLT. TLT was dropping a decent amount, so we're down $1.30 on TLT. So watch the IWM. It's gonna be tough to to get a move with the TLT still kind of coming down a little bit, but almost into some support zone. Probably a little bit lower, $93.07. So that would be the first one to look for. Otherwise, bonds still not really feeling it. We will see. Scott says I also have the 1618 extension. Yours is at 536.24. So it's in that range. It's in that range. It has to, that has to be why I have that line there. And then again, I don't know why mine's still different than yours. Although a lot of mine, I don't really when I do them, I don't really put in the accurate numbers. I just round it a little bit. So I'll actually believe your numbers over mine. We shall see. All right. If you guys have tickers, let me know. We could definitely take a look at those. We got JD's the first one that I saw. Nice little gap up into some resistance. So we got a little bit of resistance right above us, $28. So 28.03. The next one up is 28.41. I think the Hong Kong market is closed today. So I don't know if I trust too many of these moves. I believe they were open Friday and closed today. We went the opposite direction. You got Baba also gapping up, and that's also into some resistance. So yeah, we'll see if JD could get a break. The only thing is, again, if the Hong Kong market was closed, it doesn't give us much to go off of, but also lighter volume. Lighter volume. So maybe that's what we need. We need them to get out of it, and we'll take care of it. And then stretch goal, if we really go crazy, probably about $28.87. Otherwise, JD is inside day at the resistance. I think this one fades down first, so look for like 27.57 as a target if you're interested in going long. Maybe a green high wave candle, and you can play that short side, but it's not a lot of room unless we do get this break. We'll see. Craig says I did a lot of yoga. A lot. Yeah, Craig's been doing the hot yoga. I think 10 days or something he's doing. Microsoft is gapping up. Again, into a little bit of resistance. And I got one more little resistance above us, 423.94. So if we get past that, probably looking for 425.22. And then the bigger one is up here. The bigger one is up somewhere around 428. So if we get hit that, obviously we have a great trade. We are above so I got support at 423.04. So maybe we could get a little high wave candle. That's playable. We did have some volume coming in on Thursday. So this is nice gap up. Almost tweezers, not quite, but almost tweezers on Microsoft. We got this moving average coming in. So maybe we get a little red high wave. Let's move this one up. We have to be under the assumption we could break out of that next level of resistance for us to have a really good trade. So if we think we get through 423.94, which it's still Microsoft, I think we can. We'll keep that on the list. Kevin said spent the week in Blue Ridge. Blue Ridge, the mountains. Is it you automatically grow a mountain beard anytime you go? I think that's kind of mandatory. It's on the brochure. We got ZM. Zoom Video. What's their news? Last news really came 4 days ago. That's a pretty nice gap though. I like it. Not a huge volume on Friday, but that was a pretty bearish candle, pretty bearish close. Kind of right at support, but the support isn't really based on much. I don't see anything that's crazy why I should get held there. Except for the previous two times we've hit that level. So for whatever reason, maybe right there we got a little volume. We closed below that though. This one might be a fun one. I definitely got some room on ZM to the higher side. Let's get this right up there with MSFT. Mm, that could be fun. I have a little bit of resistance above us. So the next spot that we'd have to worry about is 67.18. Then we got 67.23. The one after that would be 67.55. After that, we're going to stretch targets, which will probably take us to 69.17 if we have a crazy good day. Wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of a drop at open into 66.77 just to get us a little bit better risk to reward on the trade. Other than that, we're kind of at the high end of this resistance. So I think we do get that little pullback at open. And we'll watch that one for sure. It's got some room, and if we are taking out that bear candle, that might be fun for us. All right. Greg says, good morning. Good morning to you. No Till in the house. And Smith, wow, still looking for one in Atlanta. The Cybertruck? Yeah, no, it was definitely cool to see. I could definitely see how that causes some accidents because I probably caused almost four of them trying to watch the Cybertruck. He was driving so slow. I don't like he was in the right lane. I was like in the middle lane, and I was trying to slow down, but then the cars behind me was slowing. It was, a chain reaction event thing. But I think everyone survived. My my wandering brain. Bookings. Do we have a gap on this one? Booking holdings, yeah. So I don't see any like crazy gap, anything like that. It looks like we're pretty much opening where we closed, which is at a little bit of support. So we'll see if this could be some kind of a bounce spot here. We did put in the Craig says, "Welcome to my life." Yeah. How many people are just slowing down as you drive? Uh-huh. I could imagine. You get lots of questions. Can I check it out? Do you want to give me a ride somewhere? You're like, no, no. 35.97.51 is the next target if we start to break 36.21. Other than that, I mean, we've had one, two, three inside day, four, I would say bullish days in a row. This is some kind of indecision. It looks like we are starting to break out after a nice double bottom. So maybe for a swing trade, if we do get down to this 35.93, we might have some longs sitting there trying to buy it up. We do have this again, we have a gap fill. I think a lot of people are looking at this one. It's going to take a minute to get there though, so could be a little bit of a cup handle. So a pullback would be nice. But we'll see. We'll see what happens on this one. Otherwise, for day trade purpose, I don't really have a huge edge, but I wouldn't mind looking at it for a swing trade. It's Craig's birthday today. Happy birthday, Craig. Mm-hmm. I was gonna get you a Cybertruck for your birthday, but you got two already, so I don't know. I don't know what else to get you now. All right. SEB plus you don't want me to get you the Cybertruck. You'd have to wait another 6 years. All right. SEB Seaboard. This one I don't really know too much about, but it is just kind of hanging out. Nothing too crazy in this one. Again, maybe for a swing trade, you do have this double bottom. You got good support. So if you're going to try it, at least your stop is 31.41.38. Let's see where that big volume spike comes from. That is right into this candle. So yeah, I'm gonna need some closes above it. I definitely want to get some kind of closes above 32.75.53. Otherwise, we're still chopping in this kind of breakdown candle. Have not been able to really break that one out yet. We do have all the moving averages putting some pressure on us, so we'll see if this double bottom could hold. Otherwise, we do have some accumulation, looks like. I do like putting some plays on here, even if you're getting some shares, and then you can protect yourself with some puts if you do start breaking down. So that's not bad, but gap wise, yeah, nothing too crazy out of the gate. OMC, Omnicom. Really nice candle. You do have your breakout candle on Thursday. I wouldn't mind looking for some continuation again. You're gapping up about 10 cents so far inside day. And then you're probably going to hit this resistance of 97.26 with future targets of about $98. $98 to 98.20, somewhere in that zone. So I wouldn't mind looking for continuation on this one, but could we see like an inside rest day potentially? And that does look pretty decent. This is also a retest gap that has not closed yet. So that could add a little bit of pressure too. But I would remain bullish on that one for sure. See if we can continue a little bit of that momentum. VIST. Ramesh says, does volume trading work on Forex? It does. Yep. It works a little differently. Personally, what I prefer is the VPOX on Forex as opposed to the candles down here, which is the volume per time. So yeah, if you're trading, I want to know at what prices the volume comes in. I think to me is a little more important. But if you want to search, go to YouTube, search Forex volume, and then put in real life trading. Jeremy just came out with a pretty solid video. It's gotta it's gotta be about a month or less now. About a month ago. But really good volume if you're interested in Forex volume trading. That would probably help you a lot. I have to see if my new multi-device keyboard works. It does. A good start to the quarter. Uh-huh. Small start decisions, small smart decisions, get some progress. That's it. Vista Energy, again, do we have Energy has been on the rise. We do have ALB we're holding in the 10K thing. At least before I jumped on that was gapping up a little bit, but Energy is starting to come back a little bit, which is good. That's good. So I'd still remain bullish. This is you might want to get a better price on this one. Again, not really a gap per se at open, but just even from that last move. You got your 50% retracement, so 39.83 might be a spot to consider. And then the second spot to consider would be about 38.83. So somewhere in that zone, if it comes down a little bit further, I think you might have some bulls there. You do have earnings coming out. I think you got a little bit of time though, but April 24th. So April 24th. So you have about 24 days till earnings. So if you want to make some kind of a swing, you should still have a decent amount of time to do it. I'll try to buy it lower just in case. Uh, that's it for tickers today. What? That's crazy. All right, we can look at 3M. So 3M is down today. Actually, they're saying it's up today. Oh, because they readjusted it already. Yep. Yep. So TradingView already has it readjusted. I don't think TOS has it adjusted yet, but it is down about $15. They just had a spinoff, SOLV. So if you have 3M, don't be too alarmed. Your account should be. I believe this is this. So this gap is accurate. So you actually have a decent little gap up after the spinoff, and I think SOLV is flat. But yeah, not bad on this one. So you do get, if you have 4 shares of 3M, you now have 1 share of SOLV. So that's their healthcare spinoff, which is one of their bigger growth components. I don't know how this is going to affect the dividend. I imagine, and we've seen. So this is what worries me. J&J had one. They had a spinoff. AT&T spun off. Was it WB Warner Brothers? And the spinoff companies haven't been that great, but I do think the story of the spinoff is a little bit different from some of those guys to this one, where SOLV is a little bit more of a like growth company as opposed to like, hey, we're spinning off companies because we're just trapped in debt. So it's a little bit different. That being said, 3M did settle one of the lawsuits. I think it was to the Public Waterworks. So they're also gapping up on that. I think they owe 10.3 billion, but they got 10 years to pay it off. So about $1 billion per year. And SOLV, I think, does still bear some responsibility, but after a certain point, that ends for them. So I don't know too much about the healthcare spinoff in terms of like, is it a good investment or not? But if it dips down, I might be interested in buying more just because I know it's the same minded people as 3M, and they've been very good about buying shares back and giving pretty hefty dividends. So you might see that somewhere down the line on SOLV. So I'll probably buy a little bit more of that. We got GE. GE has been one of the better performers in the S&P for the Q1 of this year. GE, which does nothing ever. I think it's like the sixth or seventh best growth company in terms of returns for Q1. So we'll see if that one wants to continue to play out, but it is gapping up about 40 cents, 45 cents, something like that. So nothing too crazy on this one. We got it just more inside day candle. If you are combining those, that is going to be a little bit of reversal 2 bar play, but it's still inside day. So you have open, close, little bit of that, and that kind of keeps us into this range. So yeah, you did have your break here. That does look a little bull trappish, and we've been up a lot. You have a new quarter. This, like I said, was one of the top performers. So you might have some people for Q2 just locking some gains. Would make sense, but even I think any pullbacks probably get bought back. I would assume, but there's just not really been a dip to buy yet. So I think there's some people who definitely missed it, me included. Uh, that's like, hey, I missed it from 130 to 175. GE's not supposed to move like this, but I'll be in it. I just need a pullback to get in. Even the last little so we just drew the inverted hammer here. There's one here with good volume. You're still above that, and that volume's crazy. So I'm still not mind being in GE. You do have earnings on this one coming out on the 23rd, so you have 23 days till earnings on this one, and we'll see. But yeah, if you're in it, I mean, it makes sense to take some gains off the table on the long term. Then you would just be holding it. If you play it like me, you just kind of hold it forever. UPS, what is the GE dividend? Do they not pay one? They don't even pay a dividend? Oh, they did. 8 cents per share. Not really a divvy. Not really divvy play, depending on where you got in. Otherwise, pretty low yield. Yeah, UPS. I think they just made a deal that I'm not sure with who though. But they just took out the United States Postal Service on a pretty major contract. Have been, yeah, broken down, and the parcel carrier will let the contract end in September. FedEx said in regulatory filing that it could not reach an agreement to continue providing U.S. transportation service. Yeah, this is a big contract for them. And out of curiosity, did we get above the 618 here? My guess is that we're opening right at it. Let's even go wider on this candle. Looks good. So we were gapping above the 50. Look for that 152.34 to hold you back a little bit, but this is a major win for them. So it is inside of this candle, which is what I'd be playing off of, but you are retesting this. So if it comes down to the 148.77, I don't think it's a bad buy opportunity, even for the long-term basis. We'll have to watch this one because we do have that resistance right above you, but I think it is something that can actually get taken out, and I think investors like this one. In a long-term perspective, this is not a bad place. So wouldn't mind owning some UPS here, especially if it comes down to like this 148.80. So definitely going to be high on my list to watch, and we'll see what happens from there. You got Nvidia, the vids. Q1 obviously was nothing short of incredible for Nvidia. Let's see how Q2 goes for it. But you have a good double top up there, still not reached that $1,000 target. that everyone's kind of been dreaming of. Losing some serious sleep over. Small little move up today, so nothing crazy here. The only thing I would say that is good is you've already got down to kind of that support zone almost twice. 889, 97, something like that. Resistance right above us, 905.07. If that breaks, though, you should have a good trade. Let's get NVIDIA higher on the list as well. Would love to see like nothing happen for the first 15 minutes. The last time NVIDIA's done nothing for 15 minutes, though, I can't remember. Otherwise, if it does a whole lot of nothing for first 15 minutes, then we can take a break. But it's got some resistance a little bit above us. The next one up takes us to 918.02. That's still a decent trade. And then the one I'd be really looking for is like 946. If we get there, we'll see. But yeah, I don't think it's time to really go, hey, I want to go short on Nvidia. There's obviously a clear double top on it. But until you start really breaking down some of this key support below 887, then you got like one more, you got to break through 868. Then I'd say, okay, let's start going a little bit, leaning a little bit more to the short side. Otherwise, there's still, even though the double top is pretty clear, I think either we get some consolidation, let some of those moving averages catch up a little bit. That would be healthy for it. Otherwise, I think we have some decent targets up higher. So we will see. Let's see what else we got. Apple. AAPL. We got like 2 more minutes to the market. All right. Let's see. We got hasn't done much. On a swing trade basis, valuation I think is still kind of high. They really need to get the AI story going. They're trying. But this would be a decent little double bottom. You are kind of at Thursday's support. So you might have some bulls interested here. Look out for target of 172.25. It does have the ability to break out of that. I will keep Apple on the list to watch for today. We've made a couple good trades last quarter on Apple. So, and then you do have another support down here at 170.57. So I think this would be a good one. Give me that high wave candle. I'd rather go bullish knowing that you have a daily double bottom. So you got some longer term support down there too. But I wouldn't mind trying that one long. HUM. Humana. Okay, gap up. Decent resistance here. Actually, we just open. Yeah, the opening print looked a lot different than pre-market. Look for support on this one. Probably looks to break down, but look for support around 344. Otherwise, everybody out on YouTube land, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. I appreciate being back quarter number 2 with you guys. And we'll do